I love the saying, an ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure. The question though is an ounce of additive worth a pound of cure when it comes to a diesel injection pump or a diesel fuel system? Today's fuel injection systems on these diesel engines are very sensitive to contamination, corrosion, lubricity. So let's do some testing on these additives to determine which of these additives actually work and which brand is the best. In the first test, we'll see which fuel additive does the best job at preventing diesel fuel from gelling in sub-freezing conditions. We'll see which fuel additive is best at preventing corrosion. We'll find out if any of these products offer better lubrication than ultra-low sulfur diesel. To take testing science to an all-new level, we'll test one of these products in this beautiful RV with a gasoline-powered 454 to see if it'll work as a gasoline substitute. In the first test, I'll be filling 7 half-gallon jars with diesel fuel and treating 6 of the 7 with the various additives. We'll be placing each of these additives in a freezer that's set to 20 below 0 Fahrenheit, and then we'll come back in 24 hours to see if any of the fuels have turned into a gel. Costing $14.99 for 80 ounces is this Power Service diesel fuel supplement. It claims to prevent fuel system gelling and protects against fuel filter icing. Their slick diesel lubricator is supposed to protect pumps and injectors. Costing $16.99 for 80 ounces is this Power Surface Diesel 911 for winter emergencies. Stores flow of fuel to engine caused by gelled fuel or frozen fuel filters. This product is supposed to reliquefy gelled diesel, de-ice frozen fuel filters, contains slick diesel lubricator to protect fuel pumps and injectors. Costing $7.86 for 32 ounces is this Howes Lubricator Diesel Treat, Diesel Conditioner, and Anti-Gel. No gelling guaranteed. Boosts power and performance, cleans and lubricates injectors. 32 ounces treats up to 160 gallons. Costing $7.99 is this Stanadyne diesel fuel additive. It's the performance formula plus cetane improver. Improves performance and horsepower, cold weather and anti-gel protection. Improves fuel economy. Lubricates, cleans, and protects. Corrosion prevention. Costing $13.95 for 16 ounces is this Hot Shots Secret Diesel Winter Anti-Gel Additive. Lowers pour point to negative 65 degrees Fahrenheit. Prevents fuel line freeze-ups down to negative 40 degrees Fahrenheit. Disperses moisture and improves cold starts. Boosts power and increases cetane. Adds lubricity and improves fuel economy. Costing $12.70 is this AMSOIL Synthetic 2-Stroke Dominator Racing Oil. Now this product definitely is not designed to prevent diesel fuel from gelling, and it doesn't make any other sort of claims, but a lot of viewers asked me to test 2-stroke oil against these fuel additives for lubricity. We'll also see how well this product does at preventing corrosion. We'll check back later in the video to see if any of these products prevented the fuel from gelling. In the next test, we'll see just how good these products are at preventing corrosion. This is an untreated piece of steel. I'll be applying each product to the untreated piece of steel to see if they can actually block rust. I'll apply this hydrogen peroxide, vinegar, and salt mix to both the steel that's been treated and the steel that hasn't been to compare the amount of corrosion that takes place. Wow, look at all the corrosion with the untreated diesel. It's only been about 20 seconds and there's already a lot of rust. PS supplement, it's not doing very much to prevent corrosion. The control is rusting really badly. Also, PS 911 is corroding as well. So far, Howes, Stanadyne, Hot Shot Secret, and the AMSOIL are looking pretty good. Many viewers have commented on injection pump failures caused by the lack of lubrication in ultra-low sulfur diesel. And many of these products claim to improve the lubricity of ultra-low sulfur diesel. In the next test, we'll add 40 milliliters of ultra-low sulfur diesel into a test cup and then test the lubricity of which will serve as our baseline. We'll then test each of the fuel additives to see how they compare. Now that's a lot of damage to this bearing. Ultra-low sulfur diesel just doesn't provide a lot of wear protection. PS Supplement actually did a pretty good job as far as film strength and definitely adds lubricity to diesel fuel. This is a Diesel 911. It claims to have the lubricator additive in it. Unfortunately, the size of the wear scar on this bearing is pretty large. Unfortunately, there's a lot of damage to this bearing. Stanadyne did a great job on the lubricity test. Hotshot Secret did a very good job on the lubricity tester. Very interesting results on the lubricity test, with Hotshot Secret coming out in first place, barely beating AMSOIL. Both of these products did exceptionally well on this test. Very impressive results. Stanadyne did a very respectable job in third place. Definitely a good product as far as lubricity. And the Power Service supplement also did very well. Unfortunately, the wear scar on the Power Service 911 is pretty big, just barely beating out untreated diesel. Howes did worse than untreated diesel, and I actually tested Howes twice, hoping that maybe something happened with the test, but in both instances, untreated diesel did do better than Howes. The top three products did a terrific job for adding lubrication to the ultra-low sulfur diesel. Look at all the rust in our control. There's been a lot of damage that's been done, and untreated fuel looks just as bad as the control. Power Service supplement didn't do too well. It did do better than Power Service 911. There's been a lot of corrosion on each one of these test strips. There's quite a bit of corrosion on the Howes, but it still didn't do too bad. I would say this is probably a fourth place finish. Stanadyne seems to have finished third. It actually didn't do too bad. While there is corrosion, it's not nearly as bad as some of the other brands we've looked at. Hotshot Secret actually did extremely well, finishing in second place just behind the two-stroke oil. Phenomenal job by the two-stroke oil. The treated fuels have been in the freezer for 24 hours. This is untreated number 2 diesel. This is at negative 20 degrees Fahrenheit. Look at that. Okay, the Power Service diesel supplement actually did fairly well. It's liquid up top. Looks like it's reached cloud point at the bottom. It's all in a liquid state, and it's just slightly cloudy, so Power Service diesel supplement actually did a very good job. Wow, Power Service Diesel 911. I'm surprised that this product didn't keep the fuel from gelling. A little below halfway down the container, the fuel has reached cloud point, but the fuel additive actually did a very good job at preventing gelling. The cloud point of the Stanadyne fuel additive is about the same level as the Howes. Of all the products, Hotshot Secret has the lowest level within the jar of where the cloud point begins, indicating it's providing slightly better protection than the other products. Two-stroke oil is definitely not designed to prevent fuel from gelling. Actually, two-stroke oil did better than just the control using straight untreated diesel. I'm really surprised that Diesel 911 had a problem, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to add 2 ounces of the product to this fuel, put it back in the freezer, and see if it thaws. Now, this is a much larger treatment dose than required by the instructions. Let's see if it turned this gel into a liquid. Unfortunately, there's quite a bit of fuel gel inside this jar. It actually did a fairly respectable job for breaking up this gel. It probably just needed a little bit more time to work. Following the dosage instructions for each product, the Hotshot Secret seemed to perform the best for preventing diesel fuel from gelling. Stanadyne and Howes seemed to do about the same, and Power Service Diesel Supplement did a pretty good job as well. We're going to test the flammability of these products to see if they actually help or hurt the flammability of diesel. First, using regular untreated diesel, and we're going to compare it with Power Service Diesel Supplement. The regular untreated diesel is less flammable than the Power Service Diesel Supplement. Okay, the Howes lubricator definitely does not seem very flammable. Okay, both Stanadyne as well as Hot Shot Secret seem to do a fairly well job on this test. Both of them seem about equally flammable. Since Power Service Diesel 911 seemed the most flammable, let's see if it'll work as a gasoline substitute. About 3.5 years ago, I bought my property, and this was left behind by the previous owners. Now, it had not been driven since around 1994, so that's a little over 25 years. It was in such bad shape, and obviously it doesn't look very good, so I just hooked on my tractor to this thing and towed it to the back of my property, where it sat for about 3 years, and I just recently got this thing going. So to get this thing running, I had to put a fuel pump on it. I had to rebuild a carburetor, new spark plugs, new spark plug wires. I went ahead and changed the oil, but I really need to do another oil change on it, and this time change the filter. This RV is on a GM chassis and has a 454 in it. The fuel cell I'll be using for the RV is pretty straightforward. This is a plastic container. I think it was from a retail store that had pretzels in it. One hole is for the fuel line, one is for the fuel return, and the other one is the vent. In order to use this vehicle for testing different fuels, I cut the fuel lines going to the fuel tank, and I'm going to strap on a 5-gallon gasoline tank temporarily till we get out to where we're going to test the other type of fuel. I made a huge upgrade to the ignition switch. You can use any key to get this thing started. For safety reasons, everything's been JB welded into position. By the way, I'd greatly appreciate it if you could help me pick a name for the RV. If you have any ideas, could you please leave a comment? I'm going to do a time run down the airstrip using gasoline, and then we'll see how the diesel fuel additive works as a gasoline substitute. We're going to try the Power Service Diesel 911 next. I just about used up all the fuel additive in that one run. I'm going to try one more run. Hopefully I can get to the end and see if we can get a better speed. Man, I'm really surprised at how well this engine ran on Power Service 911. I didn't hear any sort of pinging or knocking with the engine, and the top speed was about the same. So back to the original question, is an ounce of fuel additive worth a pound of cure? I think the answer is yes, at least for a couple of these products. Hot Shot Secret did very good, as well as Stanadyne. I would use both of those products for sure when it comes to providing that winter protection. They did great to include lubricity, corrosion protection, and anti-gel. Just want to say thanks so much for recommending this video. I read and reply to as many comments as possible. Thanks again, please take care, and I look forward to next time.